Hi, this is Glenda. At our Papermates group, somebody said they'd like to make the double slider card. This is one that's been around for a long time, and so this is my take on it. I've made several, and I must say the hardest thing I find with cards with multiple faces on it is how do you decorate it. I struggle because to me I'd like to do one front of a card and leave it at that. So this is what I've come up with. This one I super cheated on and stuck a calendar picture on. I mean, you've already put the labour in, so anyway, this is what I've come up with. The other thing, as I was looking at what people had done, every single set of measurements was different. There were several different ways of putting this together. There was one that I've chosen is the one that most people did, but there are a couple of totally different variations of ways to make it. I have made a measurement sheet for my version of it that will be available in the description box below, and hopefully we'll be able to make it in our group. So to make this you need a piece of card that is an A4 by 5 3/4 inches. So you leave your A4 5 3/4. You should be able to do it out of American letter, but you'll probably have to move it across a fraction, if that makes sense. This is, as I normally do, I have metric paper and I work in inches, so it works for me. We're going to score it at 3/8 and at 4 3/8 and at 8 3/8. It's actually a relatively simple card to make. Once I decided what the measurements were that I wanted to do, it sort of came together quite easily. So we'll fold our score lines. And on the, let's see, the end panel that doesn't have the little strip, we're going to make some notches. To do this you can use, this is the word window punch from Stampin' Up, or you can use a square punch, or you can use a knife, or you can use a cutter. You just want to get some notches in here to put your sliding part. And I'm just trying to line it up. Near enough. Now if I've got this facing this way, I want to put a half notch here, just with a circle or an oval or whatever you have, because that's going to be where your pull goes. Then you're going to need some plastic. Some people used cellophane bags, some used ribbon, or one used ribbon, some used thin garbage bags. A few people recommended a thicker, not a garbage bag, a shopping bag, a thicker plastic, and that's what I've got. This is from a slightly thicker bag, not the kind the supermarket has, so it's just a little bit more substantial, I guess. So we're going to put it around where the notches are. And we want some strong adhesive, so I've got some pink tape. I don't think it's Sticky Strip, I think it's a no-name brand, but it works and that's all that matters. I've cut it a fraction long. And we have the painful part of trying to get the back off. You do not want to know how long that took. Getting the back off when it's on plastic is extremely hard. Now you want this to be, somebody said pull it tight and let it go a bit. That's probably about right. You want it to be loose enough to still turn around and firm enough not to slip. So make that nice and tight, trim off any excess plastic, and then you want the plastic to be away from the edge that you're going to be sticking your panel to, which will make sense in a minute, I hope. Yeah, that's the front. So I want the join to be up the top of there. So if I fold it like that, I think that's good. Okay, so the join up the top of this piece if you're on the inside. Does any of that make sense? Now we're going to attach two panels that are 3.5 by 4.75. You can decorate them beforehand if you like. If you decorate them afterwards, you don't have to think about which way up they have to go. So this one that's on this side is going to go towards what's the bottom edge. Yes. So the easiest way to do this one is to put it over on the other side. Sorry, it's silver on silver. So we're going to put a bit of tape. You have a look at where the bottom of your panel comes, and you want the tape as close to the bottom of that card as possible, so that your slider will pull out as far as possible. Here we go, getting the plastic backing off again. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the middle over here, and then I'm just going to close the card, and that will pick up my panel. Okay, to the other one. I think last time I put these on the other order. Never mind. Doesn't matter which one you put on first. Possibly would have been easier if I'd done the other one first. Make sure that that's lined up to the edge, and then this one goes to the edge and lined up with that one. Hopefully that's going to work. Always harder when you're filming it. So then we want yet another piece of tape to go on this piece here. This should be a little bit easier to get off because it's not on plastic, she says, hopefully. Much easier. Okay, now when you bring this over, you need to make sure that you don't catch that in it. So you're going to make sure that that piece is tucked in there, And this goes around it, and then you put this panel down. And that's the card. It does go quite smoothly. So then you're just going to decorate your panels and add a pull string here, and that's it. So on each of these, on this one I did one long strip and then cut it up so it would sort of blend in, and I have stuck panels each time. You could decorate the panels directly instead of doing another layer on them. But these were my test pieces, so where I was learning how to do it anyway. So I had them already made up, so I stuck that on. You just have to be a bit careful that you're not going to do anything that's going to catch when they move their card in and out. So I've made sure that the edges were, hopefully, have made sure that the edges are stuck down. So either make sure it goes in under here, doesn't pull out past that, but my picture wasn't quite long enough for that, or just make sure it's really stuck down so it won't catch. That's the double slider card. Hopefully that covers everything. Yeah, all I need now is some inspiration to decorate this one. It's very tricky to decorate them. Thanks for watching.